All right, boys and girls, it is Thursday, March 12th. It's actually my son-in-law's birthday today, so I've got a busy day ahead of me today. So let's see here. What I want to do is check out, um, bear with me one second here. I want to take this and open this over here. I just need to check to see if this account was actually blown. I think when I hit my max loss yesterday, I might have blown the account. Let me see if this is even accurate. Okay, it looks like we still might be okay on this because I still have a positive balance. I haven't hit my max loss. I did hit my daily loss yesterday and it closed the account. Or it basically shut down trading for the day. I don't think it closed the account because it looks like I still have the account active. I'm not showing that we have, yeah, I'm just showing a red day. So we might still have the possibility of making something happen with this account. Um, in the meantime, I do have a different account that I've also US futures fall to further year to date lows. So we might still have the ability to trade that account. I am going to wait on that and see what we have for these others. Let me see here. Okay, I've got the new account set up, and that one has a different set of rules that we're going to work with. So for right now, I'm just going to play observer. I had a pretty rough, as you can see here. Pull this over. And let me see how we can do this. There we go. You can see here on the calendar, um, good trade, really bad day that pretty much just wiped out these profits right here, all but a few $100s. And then, here's today. So we'll see where that takes us. We got about, 12, 13 minutes to market open. So we're just going to take things nice and easy, you know. My win percentage is positive, but my win ratio is not. It still has me semi-profitable after these 3 days, but not anywhere toward my goal of actually being able to get a payout. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe there'll be a trade today I can work with, maybe not. I don't have a lot of margin to work with here. I think my max. Let me take a look here. I can't drop below, yeah, 49 to 46. So I've got less than $1,000 of leeway before blowing that account. So it would have to be a direct win, to get me back into good shape on this one. So we'll see where that takes us. I've got another account I'm working with right now to get qualified so that we can start working on another payout. So I'll be working on two separate accounts here, um, and we'll see what that gives us. Um, in any event, let's take a look at what the day holds. So right now, let me put in some of my markers here. What the hell was that all about? Let's escape that. Let's just do this. There we go. All right, that actually worked. That was cool. All righty, let's see. Mm, I think that's our current candle, so I might not. Oh no, no, that is our current candle, isn't it? We'll see what happens there. Yeah, it was a rough one yesterday. I got to tell you guys, I have been very, very frustrated with the inconsistency in my performance and just the fact that I'm really trying to get this thing to a place where there's some actual income generation and some payouts, and it's just been a challenge. It has not been something that has been uh, so far anyway, a rewarding experience in the sense of any monetary gains. Now, rewarding in the sense of knowledge gained, and finding out more about myself and the way I trade and things like that. Yeah, that's all you can do is have those kinds of takeaways. And I've heard it said from a lot of other successful traders that they actually welcome the losses and welcome the failures because it gives them the guideposts that helps them improve and become better traders. Um, that said, um, it doesn't make it any less frustrating when you're qualifying accounts and then blowing them, or having successful trade days and then slipping back into a bad habit. Um, you know, Full disclosure, after yesterday's loss, I had really thought I had blown the account, so I decided to try to get another account, try to get another account started, activated, and in doing so, anger traded it, not even revenge trade. I was just mad, and I managed in a single trade to blow that account before I even qualified it. So I basically just took $100 and decided to piss it right into the wind. So that was not a happy moment either. And I spent most of the day really just feeling sorry for myself and thinking that, you know, I didn't have the wherewithal to figure this thing out. And, I mean, I know how to trade. I know how to, find profitable setups and take them properly and do that. I think the real challenge here is in having a strategy that I can use these prop firms in a way that I can build profit initially as a bit of income to help, pay a few extra bills and do that kind of stuff. I mean, that's initially why we all get started in this, is to actually make some real money. And that possibility exists with this endeavor. Um, but when you get smacked in the face with the reality that this is a very difficult uh, process to get your head around, and then once you do that, there's as much an emotional side of this as there is a technical side, and then keeping both of those in balance while trying to work a strategy at the same time that you're actually going to try to profit from. It just strips you down to your core and really shows you who you are. So anyway, yeah, we're just gonna, look at the day to day. We're just gonna take the process as it comes, and whatever happens, happens. I don't have the same level of enthusiasm today that I typically would for trading. Um, I'm not going to let that affect my trading. I'm still going to stay, in a much more stoic way about it. Um, because you can't let your emotions get the best of you. So we're just going to keep with our process, follow our trading plan, and if a trade presents itself and is an A plus setup, we'll look at it and we'll take it. And if it doesn't happen, then I am really not going to care. Obviously, I would prefer that I can take a profitable trade and get back on track to profitability and hopefully a payout. So that's still the goal. That's always the goal. Um, but sometimes you just don't know where the day is going to take you. So anyway, sorry to be such a downer today about these things. I guess my frustration level has just gotten the best of me lately, and I'm just looking to try to find a way that I can get myself on a more consistent path, a more positive path in terms of where my psychology is with this, as well as the actual um, manifested gains that I would like to see come from this. So, in any event, let's take a look at our technical analysis then. We've got about 4 minutes to market open, about 3.5. So, let's first go to the hourly, see what's going on here. So, you know, initially I would think we're in a downtrend, but the only thing that makes me think we might be moving back into an uptrend is the fact that we had an up candle here and then we broke structure on that. So this is possible that we're in an uptrend, but we do not have that same situation here, which tells us we're in a downtrend. So the two of these are giving us they're giving us opposing thoughts on this. Let me see what the 4 hour looks like. 4 hours definitely still in a downtrend. Yeah, 4 hours definitely in a downtrend. So, with that in mind, and the fact that we still have fair value gap here that we've been playing with, we're actually playing with this fair value gap, which sits right here at London lows. So, I hate to say this, but we got more room to go down than we do to go up. So, I think my ultimate bias is going to be bearish today. Um, let's look at the 15-minute and see what that tells us. So looks like we had a continuation of the movement to the lows. Slight pop up, move back down, and then a move back up. London takes over, takes out these highs, floats up into this value gap, and then doesn't sustain and begins to drop. So manipulation, draws on liquidity, not strong enough to push that over, and then begins to drop. So as this is coming down, really, I think we're just looking at a manipulation. Something, I don't know if we're going to hit London highs. We still have this fair value gap up in here that we can look at. Let me move to the 1 hour on this. So you can see here we've got this 1 hour fair value gap right in here. that we've tested and failed. So I'm thinking that we're looking at a manipulation heading north. I don't know if we're going to quite get to London highs. NASDAQ is always a little more aggressive with those things, so there's a chance that we'll see that happen there. Um, but then, really, since we're already floating around London lows already, even on this opening candle, I think we just get a little bit of a manipulation here and then a continuation down. Targets are going to be Asia lows, and then from there we've got some other hourly lows we're looking at, and then we got previous New York lows. Um, for now, I'm thinking the manipulation is going to be up in here with a crash down to here. It's just going to dump out. So that's my prediction for now. So really, that's going to be something where if we do come up into here, we can test these fair value gaps. If we do end up inversing those, then hey, maybe we are looking at something bullish. On the 15-minute, we have, yeah, we're back into bullish order flow on everything, and it's kind of following with everything else. So we have market open, so let's see where we go with it. One thing I didn't check was to see if we had any red folder days today, any high impact news coming out. So let's see. Let's just take a quick look, see what we have. Yeah, we had unemployment claims earlier this morning. Right now, we've got some other stuff that isn't quite there. Yeah, looks like we're slightly better than typical on that. So really stuff that's not particularly major. And it looks like right now we are dumping already. So I don't know, maybe the manipulation is that we come down to Asia lows and then, move up high. So at this point, I am not predicting anything. I am sitting tight and just watching the market. I'm just going to leave this be. So we're breaking Asia lows right now. We do have an inverse fair value gap that could be happening here. We'll see what happens when this candle closes out. And we have an inverse fair value gap here as well. So I'm going to draw that out. We got a little inverse fair value gap here. I'm going to draw those out on the 5-minute and just look at those. I mean, it ain't much, but fair value gaps are fair value gaps, right? We have one here that we've been testing as well. I'm going to really look at this one right here is the one that I'm more concerned with. If we get up into here and actually break up into this and incomplete, then we still have S&P falls 57 points. Whatever, I've seen it go worse. It's not really news. We got a fair value gap here that we're looking at as well. Might be a good place for a scalp. All right, so we got two main fair value gaps that I'm looking at here. This other one that's already been tested and failed. We've got a third one that's right in here on the 5 minute that's been tested on both of these and held. So we're starting to get into a definitely got an SMT forming here. I still think there's a chance we're going to bust lower, but okay, you know what? I'm going to move to the 1 minute on this because with that break of structure, I'm really thinking that we're going to we haven't inversed that fair value gap, but I'm still thinking we have the possibility of doing it. Wow, technically we haven't even inversed that fair value gap. So we pretty much have two of them that we're looking at doing. If we can close above here on the 1 minute, then I'll go ahead and take it. We do have a break of structure on the 5 minute over here. So no, we're still respecting that gap. That's a Doge candle. So yep, not touching it just yet. We're struggling. So $168 on that. Maybe I should have held up. Let's try that again. We'll take 3 contracts. Okay. $961, we're good there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my account. I'm going to see what I can do with this one, with the Alpha Futures account. I'm going to pause this while I do that. Okay, I now have my Alpha Futures account up. Now on this one, I can only trade one account. So I'm going to go back to the 5 minute on this and just take a look where we're at. Okay. We'll have a break of structure here. This is definitely going to be something that heads further. So I think our target now is going to be Asia lows, because where this finishes, yeah, we have a break of structure. So I'm going to go ahead and take the take that out. I think we're dropping to Asia lows. Okay, looking good there. I got out quick because I wanted to make sure I had a positive day. Um, I still think it's going to head down to Asia lows. I think that's where it's going. So might wait for a little bit of a pullback before I take another one. It might get to Asia lows without it already, but yeah, it's just dumping. Where it goes. Moving quick. Asia lows. There you go. Nice. Anybody who decided to take that, you done good. Um, I left it alone. Looks like we're dumping even harder right now too. I think right now I'm just going to be done with the day. Between both accounts, I'm up 1,200. So I think that's just going to be it for me. I'm not going to take any other chances. I got to play this light and slow until I can actually, you know, hell, even if my first payout's only $200, I'm going to be fine with that. I don't know. Isn't minimum payout? No, maximum payout on this is $1,000 or 1,500, something like that. So, I'm going to leave it alone. Today was a winning day. Let me see what I got on here. Yeah, almost 390. That's not bad. Almost 400. And then I got a little 900 on the other, so 1,300. I think we're going to be fine. So I'm staying put. Um, that'll be it for me. Keep this one short and simple. Um, so hopefully, when we get into actually building some equity in this accounts and get a payout, we'll be able to start making this grow. All right, boys and girls, that's enough for now for me. I like that my predictions were, relatively accurate, but we'll see. Maybe again, this is just a sweep to these lows. This is where the liquidity sweep is, and then we're going to move higher. New York session is always more aggressive and much more, how would I put this, dramatic, but even in a positive way, than the other markets, the other sessions, I should say. So, anyway, yeah, for those of you looking at taking it up, this is a great opportunity to look at something moving back up into this area. That's sort of a normal move when you have a heavy drop. Um, so, anyway, that's where we're at now for yeah, that's where we're at now for the profit on this. I'm done for the day. I've got some appointments and some other things going on, so we're going to call it a good day. All right, y'all. Take care, and we will see you all tomorrow.